This year is the first year our family isn't going to Hawaii because of COVID-19. Usually it's because we can't afford it. Welcome to Shave&Butcher. I took a walk this morning with the dogchen, the little dog, and it was just beautiful. Walk by the sea, morning was just breaking, if that's English. So I took some footage, and no one in my family will be interested to see it because they're like, yeah, we've all seen it. It's a bit like me with rainbows. Oh look, yeah, I've seen a rainbow before, but there's two of them. Yeah, I've seen two as well. You know, so in order not to spoil it, I want to show it to you, and it doesn't quite come off as nicely on the iPhone as in my eyes, but I have no recording device for my eyes, so here you go.
Güzel. Yürü. Yürü. Yürü Brüssel. Hey.
And while we're at it, we're going to do a shave as well. Lee Hazley, or Hazelnut, as I call him, both are fine, said, could you do a chevette shave? So I will do. This is a Feather Artist Club DX, the fancy version, not the poor man's version. What does Jimco say? Yeah, peasant version. This is the real stuff. It has a super professional blade in it. I'm just joking, by the way. I get just as good shaves with chevettes that cost, well, because this is quite expensive. Like the Kurenai I borrowed off Matti is quite cheap. Seriously, just as good as this. It's just, you know, fancy and it's well built, etc. But it is essentially a blade holder. Blade is important. I've used this quite a few times. I can't remember how many, but I did shave with it. It's when I cut myself about a week ago. So I know it's sharp. That will do. Soap is Sorrento from Moon Soaps. Got this from Marian, the Barbarian. Thank you very much. And the brush is a well-soaked Massetto, extra density, double density, 30mm two-band badger knot. So it's really wet. I was going to say, some people paint the water onto their face. The downside with that is that you look like you've fed yourself because you get wet. Oh, some people have asked what I'm growing in these. I'm not growing anything. This is a piece of spruce tree that my wife picked somewhere. She put it in a glass jar and she put in, there's some light thing in it, so that when it gets dark it glows. Very fancy. My wife is ever so clever. If she didn't live here and took care of the house and you know, in terms of decoration, etc., it would look so shit. It really would. And no one would notice. I wouldn't. Kids wouldn't. Dog sure wouldn't. Yeah, the dog. Did you see the miniature alpha dog got a bow? Like a Christmas bow. wife put that on him. Very emasculating. She also bought a necklace with flashing lights. I refused to put that on. I'd rather he be ran over by a car. No, of course I would. Stupid thing to say. But there's a limit to, you know, he's small, but he's a male dog, and he thinks you know, as I say, he walks dick first. Flashing light and a bow. Fortunately, he's a dog, so his brain is about the size of a crow. So he doesn't understand how adorable it is. Oh, baby doggo. It was good this morning. We were out fairly early, so the only other living thing we saw was a couple walking their dog. So both loose, but there was quite a bit of distance, so it was okay. And you know, he walked home on the roads with no leash, and that's cool. You know, I think he feels freedom. I think he feels he's cool. We don't have 100% discipline on him, so we have to be careful to have him without a leash, because we can't just instruct him exactly where to go. And if there's a car, I don't know how he would react. So I can really only do it I mean, I let him go in the forest and on the beach and so forth when no one is looking. But on streets, even calm streets, like there were no cars out, I have to be a bit careful. You know, jumped into people's garden, I would say, no, can you please come? Yeah, in a minute. He doesn't. But he was a good boy. So he got a treat. That's my thing. Okay, you see what I'm doing. I always get cream on the nose. Try not to open this thing up again. Okay, so I use mainly straight razors and sometimes Chevette. Very occasionally I have two gem style razors, an Ever Ready and a Micromatic that use gem style single edge blades. I have a DE that I've never warmed to, so I don't shave with a DE, and I think the reason for that, I mean, it's not clever deduction from trying things out and finding that straight, you know, style razors are better than DEs. It's just, you know, what I got started with. But what I'm interested in what you use. Some of you I know, of course. What do you use? Do you use a DE, a straight, Chevette, single edge, and what kind? So if you don't mind, could you please comment? Or if you don't wet shave at all, you know, you're just interested perhaps. Or you're just enjoying the ambiance and the very fascinating stories about my life. What did you do today? I took the dog for a walk. It was really pretty. Wow. Anything else? Like, did you invent something or come up with a solution for a problem? No. Okay, but are you happy with your day? Yeah, just fine. Yeah, I watched some hockey as well. Okay. So did you play? No, I just on television. Okay. My life is complete. I like it that way. The action is in here. Not really. Oh yeah, okay. Those of you who only listen and don't watch, you have to rewind now and see where here is. And go, ha, that's really funny. So this is still sharp with this blade, and with the Kismet blades I use in the wake. I haven't been concentrating, have I? Yes, did I? I don't know what I did. I don't keep a count. I can use them many times. When I have counted, quite easily up to 15. Except if I get adventurous and do my head or something, because then it's less. Because I have no angle and there's a lot of blood. Is blood abrasive? I don't know. Eyvind, does blood make the blade dull? What was I going to say? I was watching Ken at Shave326, that's hence the Hawaii connection at the beginning. Yesterday I was also watching Doug Bear. His YouTube channel is Barely Normal Wet Shaver. Barely spelled as bear the animal, because that's his name. So clever. And he, wow. If you're, how should I put it? I was going to say, you need to watch it. Of course you don't. I just enjoy it very much. He's a combination of a shaving doctor, like he would nerd himself into the tiniest little details, try and do things the other way around, see if that works. Usually it does for him. He is also a very good teacher, and he's interesting to listen to, and he's funny as well. You know, not quite as funny as some, but funny enough. So, you know, if you're into straights, but even if it's other things, and you're interested in how you can look at things from a different perspective, and you're interested in technical stuff, like the latest video was how I load a boar brush in just a few seconds. He's experimenting with how much to soak or not soak a natural hairbrush. He talks about his sponge, its techniques and J hooks and with straights, etc. He talked yesterday about how to add scent and scent strength to his hoe. And it's, you know, he's not like me, where I just shave and make a video when I feel like it, when I feel you've deserved it. Just kidding. He waits until he has something interesting to tell you, to teach you. Well, teach and teach. You know, it's not his perspective is, this is what I'm doing. It's kind of interesting. This kind of works. I just wanted to show you in case this helps you. And he does it in such a nice way. I mean, some guys would just tell you what it's like, and you should do this, and he's just, you know, he's sort of finding out sometimes, you feel like, while he's shaving. Well, not quite, but you feel part of his process of finding stuff out, which is interesting. And, you know, he's really, it's one of the rather few people I actually watch. I usually listen to videos because I'm interested in what guys are up to. I've seen them shave. But with Doug, you have to watch. And his technique is amazing. I mean, in terms of straight razor shave, he's so much better than I am, for example. What am I doing? I have a problem here. I don't know what it is. It's my left hand, backhand. It's been a problem for a while where it's hard to coordinate. It just skids and it's just me. I haven't noticed that before. Weird. Very good. Taking it easy. So Doug Bear, I'll do my very, very best to remember to put a link to his channel, perhaps the latest video, in the description. Otherwise it's Barely, like the animal bear, Barely Normal Wet Shaver. You really should give it a shot, I think. From, as I said, I'm repeating myself, but so many different perspectives. Technique, entertainment, the ASMR perspective, it's a great channel. He doesn't put videos out every day or week, but that's because he, as I said, he doesn't do it just to do it. He does it when he has something he feels is interesting to share. Doug Bear. Okay, enough love bombing on Doug. Guy even looks good. It's annoying, actually. What can you do? What can you do? So today is the 2nd of January. And no big mess-ups yet for me. There's been a few earthquakes, which is scary. And you know, the bad stuff is not going to disappear just because it's a new year. But you know, it still is a turning point. You know, new year, new opportunities. My New Year resolution, which I was inspired by, I think, Martin from YMMV Shaves. My big goal of the year is try to survive. You know, not to die. It's an important target and a reasonable resolution. And, you know, just to keep expectations where they should be. I'm not going to promise to lose weight or be a better person, although I should do both. I'm just gonna do like Martin. I think it was Martin. Wasn't it you, Martin, if you're watching? Just survive. Rinsing this off, it feels nice. I can feel a little bit here, maybe, I mean, it was a cold morning, it was minus 1 or 2 degrees. So just below freezing point. I'm just going to rinse cold down here, sorry. Very nice. And then I don't have dry skin really, but spending, what was I out? Half an hour, 40 minutes in the cold just dries the skin so quickly. And you can fix that. And you know, your skin is a bit aqua after shave. Pure evil. More people should use this. I don't know, I'm sure there's an equivalent in a lot of countries. No scent. Just smells like pharmacy. Is there supposed to be scent? Yeah, with perfume. Yeah, the perfume is hospital. It's like the alcohol you use in a hospital to clean things. I wonder if that's what they intended, what it smells like. I should try that. If there's a a non-scented version. I'll try that too. But yeah, it's like basic pharmacy, and I don't even know if this is the state pharmacy because it used to be a monopoly. It probably is, you know. This was in the 70s or 60s. This would be blue and white. Old Swedish people will know what I mean. But you can fix the dryness, and again, you know, in 2-3 hours this is going to be fine, and it'll be greasy as usual. I just like to put a balm on or a moisturizing cream or something like that straight after shaving because it feels good, and I have zero dryness. I don't really need it, although today in the winter, and I'm going to be outside quite a bit, I sort of need it, but it's quite rare. So I'm going to Aqua Velva Sensitive 5-in-1. Slowly running out of this thing. You can't find it in Sweden. Let's hope we can travel soon. Go to America. Oh, feels good. I really do like the scent on this. It does not smell like the Aqua Velva aftershave, the splash. I can't explain what it just smells good. Thank you for watching. I hope you had a good start of this year and that the good start continues, or if you had a shit start, that it improves. See you soon. Stay sharp.